I made withdrawals from 6 firms at the same time, and then I made nothing less than $36,000.
Wow.
That was my
A
first.
single month.
Yes, that was my first hit.
Guys, so a millionaire forex trader just placed an order from Timenon, and I am about to go deliver this order to him, and chanced to interview him today. So watch out to the end of this video. Alright, so I just got to the place where I will be interviewing this secret forex millionaire. So stay tuned, and we are going to be there right now. So right now, right behind me is one of Akwa Ibom's most secret millionaire traders, and we're going to be interviewing him right now to get some tips for him. So come, let's go.
I'm good.
Yeah, so you are one of Akwa Ibom's most secret millionaire traders. Only few of us know about that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what's the secret to being a profitable trader in today's world?
I would always say there's something people mostly misunderstand, which is the power of mentorship and power of discipline. Most people don't actually do talk about consistency and how well you can do in the forex space. Most people just come up there with the fact of, yes, I want to make money, but then they forget the main core things about mentorship, consistency, and discipline.
So what is your difficult, not impossible story?
I would actually want to say much, but then since we are rushing around, I could just touch a little bit of it. Trading already, as everyone knows, is actually something that's very tough, and then it's actually a hard thing to go in. So most of the times, people come in with the wrong impressions of, oh yes, I want to make money, but then yes, everybody wants to make money, but then when you actually take your mind off this money aspect, you actually tend to actually get more familiarity and more things to actually do with yourself. So now the question is, what do you do? First, I would always advise you get a mentor. Jesus Christ had a mentor. He had a forerunner. So definitely, if you actually want to go into a particular thing, get a mentor. That's the first thing I will talk about. But then secondly, what's the second thing I will talk about? I'll talk about consistency. How consistent are you? How ready are you to take about the risk? Yes, this is a game that, yes, most people call it betting. Some people call it gambling. Yes, but then I'm here to tell you that, yes, trading is not gambling.
Okay.
Trading is not betting. Okay. You can actually do it and know it very well.
So what exactly did you do that helped you scale up that most people are not doing?
Okay, this is actually something most people actually, should I say, not pay attention to, but then the power of believing in yourself.
Okay.
Most people just come into this space. Yes, I've seen people do it. I want to do it also. But then you've not asked yourself, do I believe this can work?
Yeah.
Do I believe I can do this? Yes, I understand this is difficult. This is a game people play. But then, can I make it work for myself?
So that's what sets you
apart. So that's just the different thing that people most importantly don't pay attention to.
So along your journey, did you think of giving up?
Yeah. I think if I say 90% of traders who are profitable actually think of giving up.
Okay.
Because definitely there are times when you're actually going to lose everything. You feel like this is not for you and all of that. So definitely you're gonna, definitely. I actually felt that.
What kept you going?
I really wanted to see the green light.
So what's your advice to someone that's right now that's watching this video and he has tried Forex probably and failed, and he wants to give up? What's your advice to that person?
I would say if you saw what you wanted when you came in,
okay,
stick to it and wait till you actually get it.
Okay, so that's like having a strong why.
Yes.
That's very good.
So hold on to yourself, irrespective of what's coming in. Yes, it's going to be hard, but then you knew what you came in for. So until you get it, there's a particular saying we do say, if you know maker, there's no proof you actually tried.
Yeah.
So definitely you should actually get what you actually came in for, so that you have a proof that yes, I tried and then I made what I wanted.
So right now I'm building a brand.
Okay.
That's about people who believe in difficult, not impossible. People that have a big dream.
Okay.
And it's only people that have big dreams that can believe in difficult, not impossible. And that's called Timenon. You know the brand, right?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, so right now we are going to be going inside for a longer interview, and we are going to be getting into details to know more about Big Kings. Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
Pensa, nós já conhece. Cê muito bem dessa mina. Pensa, nós já conhece. Ela pode na 17. Pode na 17. Ela pode
For those that don't know who you are, can you introduce yourself to the camera?
Okay, my name is Con Kingsley. Most people know me as Big Kings. I'm a forex trader here in Akwa Ibom State, and I'm also a student. So I think as time goes on, we'll get to actually know ourselves much more better.
All right. So what's the best advice you give to someone who is just starting out in forex?
I've said this before. The best advice I can actually give is be consistent, stay disciplined, and then get a mentor.
So, and everybody has said this, but the statistics still say that 99, I mean 90% of traders are unprofitable.
Profitable, yes.
So, what's your blueprint to becoming a profitable trader?
I would, should I don't know. I'm sure we have much time, so I could actually go into details
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay. I would actually do something very simple here, which you can actually try out for yourself as well. First thing I want you to do is ask yourself, do you actually want to become a Forex trader? Are you ready to become a Forex trader? Those are the type of questions you ask yourself. So until you're able to actually take this stuff within and then accept it within, you're not actually ready to bring it out. From primary school, there's something we do say that yes, what you cannot give, what's not inside, you cannot take out.
Yeah.
So we also used to this saying garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So definitely if there's nothing inside, you will definitely have nothing to put that outside. So yes, you should be able to like, oh yes, I want to become a Forex trader. This is what I want. Whatsoever the consequences might be, yes, I'm ready for this stuff. So until you're ready, I don't think you're ready for anything.
So, what if someone got into Forex through probably a video, you saw someone flipping an account and he decided, oh, he needs money, he's enticed into something like this and he wants to start out Forex. What's your advice to that person?
Okay, most of the time, for those that I've actually come in contact with, I've come in contact with students that are like, oh, Pickings, I've seen this on YouTube, I've seen it on YouTube, yes, I want to do this, I want to do this. And then my honest question is, my honest answer is always stay away from YouTube videos.
That's
Honestly.
a hard one. That's
Yes,
a hard one.
I'm just always on it. Stay away from YouTube videos.
Okay.
I actually learned trading on my own. I had no mentor, but then I would always advise everybody to go with mentorship.
Okay.
Yes, because if you're actually going out there based on what you've seen out there, should I say 80% of what you see out there is just them trying to market themselves. You should understand that yes, everybody is trying to put out something that they want people to watch. So definitely, I want to actually put out what you would want to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what happens in the forex industry, and then all of that. But then as time goes on, we'll get into most of these things, and then we'll get to have understanding.
But your 2 points are contradicting. You're saying you learned Forex by yourself, but you're also saying that they should avoid YouTube videos. So how were you able to learn Forex by yourself?
Okay, I would put that point into the situation I was in, because when I started, I didn't actually have enough funds to actually get mentorship.
Okay.
So when I was on and off, and then due to the time when I was able to actually gather up little funds for myself, I paid for 2 mentorship. Yeah, I think we've been friends, and then I've shared that with you as well.
Yeah.
So I paid for 2 mentorship, and then the mentors ran away with the money.
Yeah.
And then presently, 2 of the mentors I actually paid for are actually my students presently.
That's crazy. That's
So there,
crazy.
so you have to actually make your research, know what you're doing, know who you're actually paying your money to. That was the mistake I made on my own end. Oh yes, because I came into the industry and then based on what you've seen online, all of that. So now I'm here telling you, calm down and forget what you've seen online. Get a good mentor that you've actually made your research on.
All right. So right now, what is more important, good skill or good capital?
I've heard people say I have the skill, but then I don't have the capital.
Yeah.
But then I'm here to ask a question. If you've not tested your skill, how do you know you have the skill?
Okay.
Because there's something called demo trading.
Yeah.
You cannot actually compare demo trading to real live account trading.
Yeah.
So a whole lot comes into it, and I've heard people say you can kill your emotions and all of that, and I'm here to actually contradict that as well, because
Wow.
we are all born with emotions. So there's no way.
A lot of people have said, oh, you have to kill your emotion, you have to kill your emotion as a trader.
I would
and now
say
you're contradicting
it's
it.
impossible to kill emotions.
It's impossible to kill your emotion.
You align with your emotions.
Oh, okay. That's actually a very new one.
Yeah, you align your emotions. Because God actually made you with those emotions.
Yeah.
He knew what he did. So even in the process of you wanting to hold your trade, it is your emotions you're using in holding it.
Yeah.
In the process of you wanting to close your trade at a particular time, it's as a result of what has been triggered in your instinct that makes you want to close the trade.
So how do you align with your emotions?
You align with your emotions through discipline, through building your edge. You have a particular edge that you've built out of the series of times or years you've actually been trading. So this edge is what aligns your emotions. Because now you're no longer trading based on what you see, but based on what you know. And you have tested to work over time.
Yeah.
So that is how you align your emotions.
So right now we are going to be going into numbers a little. So how long have you been in trading?
This is my 3rd year. October this year will make me 3 years as a forex trader.
Wow, so just 2+ years and you're already a professional trader.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit into the numbers. What is the most amount of money you've made in a single month?
My first hit was in April. I would never forget, and I would put it out here. That was out of luck. Yes,
Okay.
honestly, it
So
was out of
luck
luck.
luck is also
Yes,
involved in
yes, but
trading.
then I would say I never actually had that beginner's luck because I
Okay.
really had a lot of losses.
Oh,
So okay, let me just put a little out on how that stuff actually happened. I think I was actually having a little work I do online. So that they paid me, should I say, a week ago, and then I was trading today,
yeah.
and then I lost everything. Okay, and then that same night I was supposed to receive another salary, which we've been on
Okay.
Thursday. So I received the salary, I think 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Waking up around 7 o'clock, I funded again. I was
Okay.
like, okay, I have $5 left. Let me keep this $5. Lo and behold, that day it was Friday and it was NFP.
Okay.
So normal as usual.
That's a
I
big
went,
risk
yeah,
right
I
there.
went, I went to the channel. I was like, let's see what happens. I entered the first position and then gave me 60 pips. I was like, wow, this is good. Let's go again. All of a sudden, I saw the move. I was like, okay, let's stop. There's this thing we all do. That back then it was tap swap. I was like, let's stop there. I started tapping my buy positions. I
Wow.
entered a lot of positions and I ended up with good profit that day with
Wow.
over 4K profit,
And
four thousand
$4,000
dollars.
in
And
one day.
then I would not lie. I don't know, but I understand something about trading. There are some things that happen, and then your brain cannot actually interpret what happens at that moment. That is when your brain automatically shuts down, and then you
Wow.
sleep off. I slept off after that. It was after I woke up that I was like, okay,
This
this
is
is what
real.
happened. Yes, I made the first $100 withdrawal. I was like, wow, this is real. So this is
Actually
real
real.
money.
Yeah.
So that was how it started. But then talking about my first hit, like time I've actually made much profit in forex trading, it was October last year.
Okay.
I made withdrawals from 6 firms at the same time, and then I made nothing less than $36,000.
Wow.
That was my
In a
first.
single month.
Yes, that was my first hit in forex
Wow.
trading.
That's actually a crazy amount. A lot of people haven't seen that amount of money.
Yeah,
And so if
it has.
somebody is thinking you are lying, what's your advice to that person?
I would say for those who know me, they have seen what I've done. They have seen the evidence. So if you actually think I'm lying, definitely go to my page. I have their Facebook Big Kings. Like I said, I'm Big Kings. Go there on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and probably don't just search my page. Go around people that have actually followed me and then ask questions, and then probably you get to know if I'm there or not.
Yeah. So what's the craziest thing you've done in trading?
Wow, that's deep. The craziest thing I've actually come in contact with or did in forex trading is actually starving myself while I
Oh,
trade.
wow.
So there were times when I was like, if I don't make a particular profit today, I would not eat. There were days I stayed 2 days straight.
Wow.
It was tough, but then I had to do it. That was where the discipline and the consistency and the desire that I wanted to be profitable came in. So I'm not saying it's an easy journey until you decide. You might choose your own path. Whatsoever you choose, it's good for you. There was a time after I stopped the process of not eating. I came around with the part of I have to whatever. Whenever I take a loss, I have to do probably a push up.
Push up, yeah.
Yes. So I think I shared that with you as well. So
Yeah.
as time goes on, you might just decide this is what you're going to do to yourself if you go against your rule, or this is what you're going to do to yourself if you take a loss. So as time goes on, you build. These are all things that helps you build your edge to become profitable.
So which would you say is easier? Making money or managing it?
Managing money,
Wow. It's easier than making the money.
yes. But then I think people have come up with the mentality that yes, making money is easier. But then I don't think it's actually true. Because yes, if you can actually make your first 1 million, and then you know how to manage it,
Yeah.
which is I think should be something easy.
Easy.
Yes. Because if you've actually gone through, sorry, I'm going to bring in our boys in here today, which we call the Yahoo boys and stuff like that. You would not compare someone that's actually worked for his money and those that have not actually worked for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you work for your money, you tend to actually know how to manage it. Okay, now let's take ourselves back to when we were all in primary school. When you have 50 or 100 naira, you know how you cut it, and if you could manage at that age. So what happens when you've all grown up and then you now have understanding of how things work, you now see how they work, how they work works, how nature is, and all of that. So why can't you manage? Because at that point in time, there are money you even hide from your parents
Yeah.
because you're trying to actually save for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could remember we could save for slippers, for Xmas stuff like that for over months, and they're like, that money I will not touch it to. And then at the end of the day, you buy that thing. So why does people say managing money? Managing money is hard.
Okay. So what's your message to one old taker out there?
I would say when it comes, build a system.
Oh, that's it. That's a hard one.
Build a system.
That's very rare. We
Like
don't hear
build a
that every
system.
day.
Just build a
So
system.
how do you build, like, what is building a system?
building a system is doing what you know is necessary.
Oh,
Okay, for example, now I when I started seeing good profit, okay, should I say after that my first hit, like the 30K, 36K, I actually took myself back. I went inside. If you know, I'm always indoors. But then there are indoors that are more than indoors. So
yeah.
now you could just be indoors and don't do anything. But then at that point in time, after the first hit, I took myself indoors. I took my pen and paper. There's a man I do usually watch online often. What's his name? Probably when I remember, I'll actually speak it out. There's something he says when an idea comes, write it down.
Okay.
So you should learn how to write a lot. There's no idea that is a waste.
That's actually
There's no idea that is a waste. So when it actually comes, follow these ideas, build systems that are necessary, build businesses. As a forex trader now, whether I trade or not, I still earn. So as time goes on, depending on your area, it might not actually be forex trading alone. Whatsoever you're doing, if you can actually build a system that works for you, definitely it would not be a problem.
But you just said something that whether you trade or not, as a trader, you still earn. How is that possible?
Because after I made my profits, I went into different businesses.
Okay.
Buy stocks. I think I have an investment that I'm still putting in projects. I have a car that is running out there. I have a keke that is running out there. And then I still have some little things that I do.
Okay. So you're diversifying the funds. It's
Yeah.
not just about making the
Making the
money,
money,
but diversifying it
transferring
to
it, yes.
work for you as well. That's actually a pretty nice one.
Yeah.
So what message do you have to someone that is saying Forex is a scam?
I would say, I don't know how to actually put this, but then I think, okay, let me use this. Do you know that faith is the inverse of fear, and fear is the inverse of faith?
Okay.
Okay. So what you do not know, the Bible says, kills.
Yeah.
Okay. So now my people perishes out of lack of ignorance.
Yeah,
Okay.
knowledge.
So now let's come to this idea. Those time when you actually okay, let's not use forex trading. Let's use the general thing we do in the world, which is I think should I say 80% of Nigerians bet, right? So now let's use betting. For example, now let's say a person just picks up his phone and like, oh, I've heard about Bet Nigeria. Then he goes in there and then he just wants to do things. Then he's just doing it. To him, he doesn't understand what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
But then you will meet a real person that has been doing the game for a very long time. What does he do? He goes to the statistics, goes to other things, checks how the club has been performing over time, and then does his takings.
Yeah.
Okay. So that actually comes in to what you do for yourself. If you do not know it, forget about it. Do not give your idea about what you don't know.
So that's that to you right there saying Forex is a scam. We heard that. If you don't know what you don't know, don't say what you don't know. That's just it. So also if you were to go back to zero, right, and you had to build back up, what would be your plan to do that?
I think there was a time I actually went back to zero as well. That was last year before my hit. Yes,
Yeah.
that time my Bybit was actually hacked.
Yeah.
And then I was down, like I was down. Should I say I was 0.1% away from giving up. Actually, yes, I was 0.0.1 away from giving up. But then I knew that yes, this is not the life I wanted. There are things I've actually promised myself. So after there are times I will sleep and then because normally I barely sleep for 5 hours. It's always 3, 4, 3, 4. But then there are times those days when I started sleeping because when after everything happened, I was like, let's just be there, let's just live our life. So there are times I sleep for 7 hours. I'm like, when I wake up, I'm like, this is not the real you. And then there are times I sleep. I don't know if they were dreams, but then I would always see myself in those places I promised myself. So I was like, wow,
You have to work.
this is enough.
there.
This is enough motivation. So there was a day I actually woke up and I'm like, what was actually the evidence that I actually worked hard? What's actually the evidence? So that was when I started again. So now, talking about the plans and then the steps to actually do what you want to do, I would say something very simple. Align your goals with your motives.
Oh,
You can have a different goal and have a different motive.
motive and goal.
That's-
How do you define
For
that?
example, now you know that yes, okay, this is a flower.
Yeah.
Your mind here is I want to get this flower,
Yeah.
and then you're fixed there. But now, what do you want to do with the flower when you get it?
Motive goal. Your goal is to get the
Get the
flower.
flower. The motive
is
towards
what,
what to
yeah.
do with it.
Okay. That's actually nice.
So until you actually align your motive with your goals, you're actually way out of line.
Wow.
So now, the second thing I did was actually fixing my priorities.
Okay.
I know what I needed. I know what was important for me.
Yeah.
So now, like some people, they will just come up there and then they're like, oh, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need, and then you're always focused on what you need. So then, what are those things you do not need?
Oh. Oh.
As a man, you should actually have things you do not need. What are those things
Don't
that you
just get
say?
anything.
Yeah. What are those things that you're like, oh, I won't do this thing?
Yeah.
Because they say, I think there's a usual saying that men are actually attached to three things, which is women, drinking, and money.
Yeah.
So now, yes, I understand money is necessary, but then I don't always count on women and then drinking. I don't take alcohol. That is what I will not do. So now, what have you decided on your own not to do? 90% of men that have failed as a result of alcoholism or humanizing. I'm just being honest and plain.
So you're saying that people should not just have a to-do list, but a not
Not to
to-do
do list.
list.
Yes, I think you showed me that video too.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
So,
yes.
so people are more focused on what they want to
to
do,
do.
and they ignore what they are not to do. Yeah,
So
that's
that's
actually
actually a problem. If you've actually gone back to, let's say, sorry, I'm not a pastor, but then I love using the Bible. If you've actually gone back to men of God that actually fell, you actually notice that most of them fell as a result of women. And then there was a particular man that did wonders in the Bible, Elijah. You will notice God cut him away from every possible relationship. Elijah was suffering emotional problems. Honestly,
that's crazy.
Elijah was into serious problems of emotions, but then he did not have anybody to talk to. He was totally cut off from all relationship. The only person he had there was Elisha. So then, until you're able to actually discern yourself, there's a spirit, there's a particular verse that talks about the spirit of discernment. I've actually forgotten about that. But then, until as a man, you should be able to discern. Having the spirit of discernment is actually very important in the space of actually becoming profitable or successful in life. Okay, yes, that's it. And then, if there's any third thing I would actually speak on, it is about the part of consistency and discipline.
Okay.
You cannot wake up. Okay, for example, let's use those that hit the gym as an example. You cannot wake up and then tell me that person is someone that hits the gym every day, and then compare him with someone that hits the gym every Saturday.
No.
You can't do that.
Cannot compare that.
So yes, consistency works, and I want to say should I say, I'm a product of consistency. I'm a product of consistency because I would not just say hard work. You can be hardworking and not be consistent.
Yeah.
So irrespective of it, and then yes, you have to work smart.
So, just a quick question: do you believe in working smart over working harder?
Yes, of course I do.
Believe in working smart over working harder?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Okay, for example, now let's use this as an example. Should I say, okay, let's say we are placed on the same leverage, and then probably you're giving $10,000 and I'm giving $10,000, and then you're like, okay, yes, this is the only thing I know. This is forex trading. This is the only thing I know, and then you invest all your money into forex trading, and then you're trading alone. At that point in time, you know that yes, this is all the money you have. This is $10,000. This is all you have. There's particular pressure that comes with you growing that money. Yeah. But then I take my own. I decide to do something different with it.
Yeah.
Probably I divide it into two. One goes into forex trading, and then I use the other one for something else. At that point in time, I know that yes, there's a particular source that I'm getting money from. There's a little less pressure on myself, and at that point in time, I'm not working too hard to become profitable on that account. That is to say, I've smart worked my way out.
Wow.
So even if I actually take a loss here, there will be a profit here. If I take a loss here, there will be a profit here.
So, what advice do you have to someone, right, who has the skill in trading, but does not have the capital and is trying to raise capital, to start trading?
There's something, like I said before, there's something called demo trading. Until you're able to actually test yourself and know what you can do, I would say there's no such thing as skill. I think there was a particular fuse that was online that time about having to trade your personal money and then having to trade a profit. But then the truth is, if you want to scale up, you need bigger capital. A normal man, whether you like it or not, spends nothing less than 5,000 naira a week.
That's even a whole lot low.
No, I'm just saying a normal man, irrespective of how the situation is, you spend nothing less than 5,000 naira a week.
Yeah.
So now, if you can actually spend that money, what makes you think you can actually get a profit? And then probably at times when you wind back, you will notice that Probably you spent like 3,000 naira on what you don't need. 2,000 naira was for what you need.
Out of the 5,000.
Yes.
What if the person was getting needs, needs to keep
If,
them going every
okay,
single day?
okay. Let's say we come into a situation whereby, yes, I understand the situation of the country and all of that, and then we get into a situation whereby all the things we've actually spent the money for is needs, but then inside needs there are wants,
Okay.
and inside needs there are still needs.
Yeah, there are
So
more needful
yes,
things.
so why not focus on what is actually really needful, and then leave the rest.
Pursue your goal. That's
So
a
yes,
problem.
so there's it. I think one of the things I never stopped doing was saving, irrespective of how small it came in. I made sure I had okay. My accounts are divided into three. I have that for saving. I have that for investment. I have that for giving. So irrespective of what happens, whatsoever capital comes in, I know that, I mean, whatsoever profits or successful income that comes in, I know that yes, I have a particular one that I use for saving, I have a particular one for spending, and I have this particular one for giving. So until I actually fix out these three things, whatsoever thing I'm doing does not count.
Okay. So before trading, what were you doing?
Before trading, honestly, I won't be lying here. Life was hard. Life was hard. Life was hard. Life was really hard. And should I say, I'm one of those that didn't actually grow up with, should I say, a full parental care.
Oh,
So now you know how life could be hard with someone that actually didn't grow up with full parental care.
yeah.
So it was a whole lot. Not like I was not with my parents, but then it was my stepmom and my dad. And then in this family where they're polygamous and stuff like that, it's now there are times they don't pay attention to a particular child. I happen to be one of those that wasn't giving that attention. So it was all on me. And then at some extent, it dawned on me that yes, I needed to work my way out. So irrespective of how it is, there was always there's always a way.
Someone that puts his mind to something
There's
will
always a way.
definitely
There's always a way.
find a way.
Because what actually changed my motive and lifestyle was what happened in primary four. I'm sorry to say this out, but then I know this kind of personal, but then I think it's something you could actually do for yourself as well.
Something from.
So there was a particular time I needed a particular amount of money. At that time, Masset was 115 naira. Yes, I can
Wow.
remember. Masset was 115 naira. And then I came home that day crying. Nigerian teachers, when your parents don't give you money for a particular thing, you're the one to suffer for it.
Exactly.
So then I came home that day really crying. My dad was doing well. Yes, my dad was doing well. He had cars. He had a big shop. And I was like, Dad, okay, Alpha, please, I need money to actually get
This thing.
this thing. I was like, okay. A normal dad would say, okay. Okay, the next morning when I was actually going to school, I was like, okay, Dad, please, I'm about leaving for school. I need this money. Please, my stepmom is not a bad woman. We are good friends now, and I love her so much. Okay. And so after that, she was like, what do you need this for? I was like, for my set, I need to actually go to school with this stuff. They were going to flog me. She was like, you don't need it. And parents, dad were like, actually, yes, you don't need it. What do you need this for? You're just in primary five.
Oh my God.
So that was after that day. I went to class. I cried my eyes out. I cry a lot. But then now I'm a man, and then all of that has actually passed on. But then, even if you actually happen to be weak, find where your strength is. So I'm one of those that actually grew up, or I was brought into the world with a very weak heart, a very weak one. I know it. Like I know it. I have a very weak heart. Even
Just
when
accepted
yes,
it,
yes.
right?
Even when I try to be like all of that, big kings this, but then I have a very weak heart. So I went to school that day. I cried my eyes out, and I was like, this is going to be the last time I will get humiliated. I was very small that time. I was very small. Okay, let me even actually put this out. When I finished my primary five and then I wanted to write common entrance, my principal was like, nobody would accept you in school. I was that small.
Yeah.
So when I actually applied for common entrance, they had to add 2 years to my usual age so that I'll be able to enroll into the secondary school. So that was it. So that point in time, I was like, this is what I was going to do. My parents did not know, but then I started selling things in school.
Most of us did that. Most of us did that.
I started selling things in school. I sold pen. I did. There was a woman that
Like as a major hustle, not like a start.
yeah.
Wow.
So I sold pen. There was a woman in us in I think in front of our school. She was not allowed to sell inside the school. So whenever I come to school in the morning, I'll tell her, okay, ma, please I have 500 naira. Will you give me cake? She'll give me cake of like 1,500 times 2,000 naira. I'll go inside the school. I'll sell, make profit. When I come back, I pay her.
Right, yeah.
So then I was actually saving this money. That's where the saving comes in. So when I said there was always a way, there was a way. So I was saving, I was saving, I was saving. There was actually bad news. There was a particular time because in a family house now, your room is you're small. You don't have the right to lock your room and stuff like that. There was a particular time, and I was the kind of person that I do write a lot. So whatever happened during that year, I had the book
You wrote
that I
down
wrote down
things.
everything.
Wow.
It was in SS2 that I burnt that book. Because as time grew older, I came to understand that yes, you don't owe grudges against people. And then that was when I came to understand that people have reasons for everything.
Yeah.
Be it bad or good, people have reasons for anything, everything. Irrespective of what people do, I might actually, if I'm talking in a way of trying to like put it straight, but I'm not trying to talk in a way of judging you. Because whether people do things bad or do things good, there's always a reason behind something.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
always a reason behind anything.
Absolutely.
So I burnt that book, that aside. So there was this small zip behind my bag. All the money I had, I was saving it there. One day, my stepmom entered my room, and then one way or the other, she saw the zip, opened it, she took it. I was like, where did you get all this money from? And then there's this thing about me. If something happens and then you're asking me, I do not talk. I do not defend myself on anything. Even up till now, there are things that will happen, and then you ask me, and I'm like, let's just forget about it. Let's just forget about it, because I hate defending myself. So then she would talk, and then she got angry and stuff like that. But then that's by the way, I still needed to actually keep going. So I kept going, going. Even after I lost that money, a lot came in. I had friends. There was a particular friend I have. Yeah, I think if he happens to watch this someday, he'll be like, okay, this actually happened. His name is Isaac. He was actually Isaac. Isaac was should I say Isaac was the best student we had in our school.
Wow.
Isaac was the best student we had in our school. I was the second best, followed by Yaya, and then followed by Faith, and then Lois. We were five. We were always working together. So there was, since I was having access to this money, and then Enema, which is Isaac, did not actually have access to this money. There was one day he came up with an idea. Then he was like, he can actually do something, blogging online and stuff like that. That time blogging was paying a whole lot. I was like, okay, I have this money. I've been saving. Let's do it together. So I funded him, both the laptop and everything, and then he started. He was making money. We were sharing the profit. One day, we had another blast again, and I lost everything. So if I see people say it's hard, I always smile
I've seen it a lot of
because
times.
I've seen it all. Like I've seen it all.
Not
So
once, not
it was not actually an easy journey up to this place. So I would always say it. There's always a way. There's always a way. It was even bad. Okay, there was a time I started building something, and then all of a sudden we relocated back here to Akwa Ibom State. I told you I didn't grow up here.
Yeah.
Relocated back here, and then I had to start over from scratch again. So I would just say the best part of my life, if I've actually enjoyed life, was from, should I say, 2024. Yes, that was when my best part. And then my best month has been person on earth is May, which is last month. Yes, I think that was the month I enjoyed myself the most. I enjoyed being Kingsley.
Well, that's showing that life just gets better.
I
If
enjoyed
it has
being
to be last
Kingsley.
month,
Yes,
then it can just get
yes,
better.
it only gets better. It only gets better. And then I think May, a lot happened in May. A whole lot happened last month. I don't want to begin to mention numbers, but then a lot happened last month. A lot happened last month, and
That's
I
great.
actually did a lot. So you can do it. You can. I don't know how hard it is.
can do it.
How hard it is, but then if you're actually following our brand or you're using our brand,
Yeah,
you will know that
our
it's
brand.
difficult but not
It's not
impossible.
impossible, yeah. So yeah, Big Kings here is my guy, and he's left one more question. So aside Forex, aside everything, put everything aside, if you are left to give one person watching this video one advice in life, what would that be?
Bro, there is something I do post often, aside from God lifts a man. I know everybody knows me, God lifts a man, but there's something I do post often. Once you start the worker, carry God put join body. That
So
is
God
the
is
best.
very important.
That is the
very
best I would
important
say.
part.
God is very important in every journey you want to take. Once you start the worker, carry God join body. Honestly, that's the best advice I could give. Because if there's any other thing you need, I think God will make it visible to you. There's a difference between knowing God and building intimacy with God. Please know that God is our friend. God can be your friend. God can be close to anybody. So there's a difference between just knowing Him. He's a God. He's God. He's God. But then there's a particular kind of intimacy you build with Him, and then things begin to actually get easier and clearer. And then it's as if there are times it begins to feel like you just talk to your friend, and then he has given you a solution to a particular thing. So yes.
Yeah, that actually, I usually say this thing, right? It's different between knowing somebody and having a relationship with somebody. I can know you without even having a relationship with you. You
Yeah,
can even
yes,
call somebody your friend without actually having a relationship with the person. So the difference is not just knowing God, but having that relationship. Are you talking to Him? Is He talking to you? Are you benefiting from Him? Is He getting? Are you obeying Him and all those things?
Yeah.
So there is a Christian that's watching this video right now, like. Elon Musk is not a Christian. There are people that are not Christian. They are not believing in God and all those things. What's your advice to that person?
I would say if you've actually believed and then you know God is real, what makes you think other people that have actually left God, they don't know that God is real? So then, aside that, if you've actually paid attention to things, you notice that yes, 100% of people that have actually said, I didn't believe in God and blah blah blah. And then at the end of the day, when it was close to the end time, their end time, they actually confessed God. So now why not learn from that? These people, they once said, God is not there, this, that. But at the draw time, they actually believed God was there. Then, okay, way past that, if you've actually been watching videos and stuff that have been happening, you will notice that there were times people actually mocked God. If God was not there, why did those things happen? Those things that later happened to them, why did it not happen? So yes, I want to put it out here to you, not as an advice, but as a fact that yes, there is someone, there's a supreme being called God. If you don't believe in God, I don't know, but then you are not fit to be a Christian. Honestly. Because Christianity comes from the word Christ.
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me you are a different body from being Christ. No. It's not possible.
All right, you have given us game here. We have learned a lot from Forex from you that you will not hear in the mouths of most mentors, from most traders. Here with us is a proven profitable trader. He has given us game that you won't see elsewhere. You have a great advice. You have very good advice. So we are building a brand, called Difficult Not Impossible. There are, young people that are looking to make it. There are young people that, like himself, is a prior example, right? He has done the impossible. He has proven that it's difficult, not impossible. And you yourself, you're also daring. You have a big dream. You want to start that business. You want to start that company. You want to be profitable in Forex. You want to do something extraordinary. So Timenon is for you, right? We get the brand we represent. And guess what? Big Kings right here is also a Timenon. Watch this. Shit. Because right here is his order. He placed an order from Timenon, guys. And he has everything in store, all his certification card and everything that accompanies the Timenon order. And guess what? He does not settle for less. Because the Timenon T1 Pro is exactly what I'm wearing. So here's your order, sir.
All right,
Thank you very much. You are Timenon. You are a life example of a Timenon, and they have learned it from you today.
Yes.
So one advice that you should go home with is what? Believe in God, have a relationship with God, stay consistent, align your will with what your goal and your motive. So whatever you want to do it to the end. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Right?
If you give up, there will be no evidence.
And remember, it's difficult, not impossible.
We are Timon for good aura.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
This is the Simnon T1 Pro. Like you said, I don't settle for less. So actually, if you actually want to carry confidence and aura, you should own this. It's actually very important to own this. So I'll be unboxing it so that you see what this is about and what is inside here. This is not just clothing, this is confidence, this is aura, and then like you said, it is difficult but not impossible. I'm well proved to the fact that yes, it is difficult but not impossible. You can see it actually takes time to open. It's not just difficult, not impossible. Wow. You can feel the aura, feel the presence. It's very rare for you to see a particular package that comes in here like this. Very, very rare. So I'll be unboxing mine now. Let's see what confidence this holds. Wow. Matches with my outfit. This is black. Do you have any package that comes with slides like this before? I'm sure you don't. Wow, there's a whole lot here. And this is my official certification as a Timinon. Wow, this is their card. You can scan to get into any of their social media handle. And then this is all about Timinon. I won't be showing mine. If you want to get yours, go get Timinon. It's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. Wow, 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 wow. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This Timinon. This is wonderful. It's nice. So get yours, get yours. Like we say, it's difficult but not impossible. Difficult but not impossible. It's difficult but not impossible. So this is it. I won't wear my hair. Let me take my aura home.